Once again, can Larry Holmes persist with this really new style for him? I suppose he can, unless Spinks hits him back. Spinks must discourage him with some punches, Ray.
Well, the right hand that Holmes was able to land on the forehead of Michael, which appeared to have wobbled Michael Spinks a little bit, was just some reassurance for Larry that he still has the power to hurt a light heavyweight. But now Spinks is a pretty good-sized heavyweight.
In Michael Spinks' corner, they were saying just break up his rhythm, throw the left hand occasionally. And the voice, of course, that you hear in Larry Holmes' corner, longtime friend, and a man who's been with him for the better part of his career, Richie Giacchetti. Another good right hand. Holmes getting off quickly. And the jab is much more effective than it was in the last fight.
Well, Holmes, his jab, his punches are far accurate now in the second fight than they were in the first fight. He's a lot more aggressive than he was. And the way he punches to the body now, with more conviction now.
And Spinks, a little bit of peekaboo here. Trying to go side to side. That's what Nelson Bryson in his corner said to do. But Holmes is catching up.
And the jab is the punch that's actually setting Holmes up so he can connect with his right hand.
In fact, the jab has been better as this fight has gone along.
The way it looks to me, the way this fight is progressing, Larry Holmes must have reviewed the first fight a number of times. Because it seems to me he knows exactly what to expect from Michael. And he knows fully well that his jab would offset Spinks' movement.
Well, in fact, when a lot of us watched a replay of the first fight and did so in a lot of slow motion, we saw that both men missed a great deal. There was really very little punching power in the first fight on either part.
I don't think just one right hand is going to catch up with Michael Spinks. He's going to have to take a series of punches because Mike is moving his head very well. I think those jabs have been consistent, and they're very good, hard, good, stiff jabs.
Very effective jabs. As good as I've seen Larry Holmes jab in the last half dozen fights at least.
I like to see Larry throw some jabs to the body.
Good right hand. It was a counter-punching right hand by Holmes.
That hand close.
Larry's been actually trying to walk Spinks down, trying to cut the ring off. Michael's been very content with just moving around the ring. Now Michael's starting to throw some jabs of his own.
The pace of the fight is slowed down when you have two fighters who are basically counter-punchers. You've got a formula for a lot of inaction. But Larry Holmes is dominating what's going on in there.
All right, Larry, when he goes down, you got to throw the right uppercut. But you got to go left hook, right hand, and come back with it. You got to throw 2 punches together or put 3 and 4 punches together. It's not going to do it 1 or 2 with this guy because he's rocking. When he bends down, throw the left hook and come back with the right hand. Because the left hook is going to bring him up.
Okay, baby, it's your turn now, Slim. You got to work now. Everything behind his hand. You can do it. Reach down there and go get it.
Work the jab. Do it behind the jab.
Reach down there and go get it. Kick it. Reach down and go get it.
Take the ring off. 1 or 2 punches are not going to do it. Put them together, okay?
Frankly, I'd like to see somebody put it together.
Well, you got the story of the fight from the 2 men in the corner, Richie Giacchetti and Nelson Bryson. And Holmes out quickly. Right hand missed.
Very effective inside with those little short punches. Whereas on the outside, he's able to compensate for Larry Holmes' reach with his movement. You know, those inside barriers, those little shots to the midsection of Larry Holmes, Spinks is able to land his punches.
Right at the moment, neither man really able to double up. Holmes' jab has been effective. And again, with Spinks' style, it's very hard to tell just how effective he's being. That's why oftentimes there's such disparagement in the judging.
Well, Mills Lane just warned Larry about using his elbows, using his arms to rest on the neck of Michael Spinks. Cicchetti and Holmes' corners yelling for Holmes to throw an uppercut. Good body shot by Larry Holmes.
Very good shot.
That's the uppercut. Both hands now.
Holmes is very sharp with his punches. Not wasting a lot of punches. Holmes trying to measure Spinks, and Spinks just got out of there.
Oh, one step back, off the net. One step back clean. Both clean out of heavy going.
Larry there is doing the right thing. He's tying up Spinks' arms so he's not able to punch inside. Spinks' hands far quicker than Larry's.
Good right hand again up the top of the head of Michael Spinks.
Spinks still looking for an opening, but has yet to find it. Larry's been keeping that left jab in his face. I don't know why Larry don't continue to go after him once Spinks turns his back.
Combination by Spinks, but Holmes is right there. And at the end of the fourth round, we mentioned that Harold Letterman, who is an official here in the state of Nevada, is unofficially scoring this fight for us. And Harold, after 4 rounds, how do you see this one?
Barry, I've got Larry Holmes winning 4 rounds pretty decisively. It's the clean punching, he's the aggressor, he's getting off first, he's backing up Michael, and he's having no problem.
That's your sober judgment, I know, after Larry Holmes accused some officials of giving drunken judgments, and I agree with it, Harold.
There's no problem. Everything's fine. Just watch your hand. That's all right.
Okay, you see, you started with the jab and you finished it. You see, when you finished back the jab, he couldn't run in. So keep the same thing going. But when he bends over, you gotta throw the left hook, baby. Let's go now.
Keep that lateral movement.
That can
You
go.
gotta move both ways
Come on,
on it,
let's
baby.
go in this Spinks'
Keep
corner.
him
That can
all
go.
At the end of that last round, Michael Spinks started to show some aggression. He's going to have to show a lot more to get back into this fight.
A tactical fight so far, a fight that could be won or lost in the corners.
Michael is quite content with the way he's moving, not really exerting any unnecessary energy. He's been using the whole entire ring, as a matter of fact. Now he's playing with Larry. I'm waiting for him to explode with some of his combinations.
Michael, watch your head,
It
Michael.
seems to me, Barry, that he's waiting for Larry to pretty much try to punch himself out, because I'm sure he expected Larry to go right at him for the first couple rounds, which has been true.
And Larry has, and Larry's won, at least in the judgment of those at this table.
Right hand of Larry Holmes still falling short. Mainly due because of the way Spinks is moving.
Get off that net. Out of what? Come on, sit back, please.
Right here, it's like who's going to hit who first?
Michael Spinks complained loudly about that in the last fight, and in fact, when we talked to him, he said, I'm really concerned about that. I really don't want that to happen. Well, it just did. Spinks responds well.
You know, at times when Spinks comes inside, the way he comes inside, going down, that's when the uppercut for Holmes would be effective.
That was a good left hand by Spinks, but Holmes did not take a backward step. Best punch of the fight for Michael Spinks.